Hey, how's it going, everybody? Josh here with Desert Gardens Homestead. So I'm out here in the yard and I've got a huge project ahead of me today. I am going to be breaking down a big 5-foot pile worth of limbs and branches and twigs that essentially I've accumulated over this last year feeding my goats. So I do a lot of tree trimmings, feed that into the goats, allow them to eat all the leaves and debark the limbs, and then I've just thrown them into a huge pile. So I've got my roosters crowing in the background, I've got my turkeys gobbling, my goats are hungry as always, but I just wanted to bring you out here and show you how I go about breaking this huge pile down. As you can see, let me turn you around and I'll show you what I'm working with. So I've got this big 5-foot pile here, and so essentially what I need to do is break these limbs down so they can fit within these 55-gallon steel barrels. I use those instead of a big torch, primarily just because I'm so dry, but secondly, it's just a lot easier to control the barrels. I don't lose as much to ash, and I can also quench the barrels so much easier than it would be to quench a pile. And so I just prefer to do it within the barrels. It makes a little bit of upfront work. There's my little buddy helping me out there. Good job, Gizmo. It's a little bit more work up front, but in the long run, just makes a better end product in my opinion. And so I'll show you what I've started working on here. It's very minimal, but there are my twigs, and I've got some tools. I've got some other buddies out here, right, Gringo? And so once I break this pile down, I will bring you back out here and we will make a biochar burn. Okay, I'm all set up here. I've got my two steel barrels set up, ready to go. I've got them chalked on both sides. I have my water hose ready and standby for the quench, or if needed. I did make some progress on breaking down that big pile, not as much as I hoped, but will be enough to get me going. And here is the remaining bit that was not touched. I'm hoping I'll be able to break it down and use as much of this as possible while I'm burning. So I plan to dip into this as much as I can, but I probably won't use it all this go. And this is what I'll use for my kindling to get the fire started. So I'll go ahead and get them started and I'll bring you back in. Okay, well, I've got the fires firmly established here. So I will just go ahead and continue to add layer after layer until both barrels are completely full. Once the one layer turns gray and right before it starts to turn into ash, I'll go ahead and add a second layer. So this will be an all-day event. I just want to show you that I am in the process of making some more char. And if you want an in-depth video, feel free to go to my biochar playlist. And I have very in-depth videos on how to make biochar, both wood and bone biochar. So I'll bring you back once I've got my barrels full. And I'm about a third of the way there, so making some good progress. Fire's burning well. All right, my friends, well, that pile is officially gone, and so I have just finished up here. The tops are nice and gray. I was about able to get about 90% in each barrel, so that huge pile condensed down to this little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and start my quenching here. And here we go. We are officially quenching both barrels. And when you first perform the quench, you're going to have a lot of steam coming off. That is absolutely normal and no issue. It's not really smoke per se. I guess some of it may be, but mainly steam. It just dissipates real quick. And so I'll just do this until I can see standing water in the bottom of the barrels. That's why I said the barrels make for a much easier quench. Because if you've ever done a pile before, you know how difficult it is to fully quench a pile going through the raking process. This just holds all the water. So eventually, once you fill these guys up, you'll get standing water at the base. And then you know for sure your barrels are going to be fully quenched and fully char at that point in time. So I certainly appreciate you checking out this short video. Like I said before, if you want to see some longer versions on exactly how I layer the barrels with the wood or bone, I've got much longer videos where I go through the entire process step by step. But just wanted to share this with you. Now is the time to be making these amendments for next growing season. So I'll still have a few months to get this inoculated, which should be enough time. And you know, now's the time to do compost and biochar and you know, liquid fertilizers like your Jatum for your Korean natural farming, things of that nature. So at the very least, I hope this is a friendly reminder to you all. And once again, I certainly appreciate you checking in and checking out this video and channel, and hope you have a great day today. God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye. And as you can see, once the barrel is fully quenched, it will have standing water, and there is just absolutely no way that this barrel could ever reignite and turn to ash at this point. So I have officially completed my charcoal making process. Now I'll just need to go ahead and inoculate it into biochar, which I'll use a liquid means for inoculation, Korean Natural Farming Jatum. And so I'll just mix in all kinds of fruit, vegetables, kitchen waste into water and allow that just to steep for as long as possible. And it makes an excellent inoculation means. But there I am. I've probably got about 80 to 90 gallons worth of charcoal here. And so I'll go ahead and start breaking it down and putting it into barrels filled with water and have this ready for next spring. So take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.